because reading does to your mind, all right? Expands the brain right here. This is the reading hat for the 3rd grade promise. Here today, Naylor School hosting us.
It is just absolutely fabulous to have you all with us this morning. This is one of my very favorite events because when I think about the ramifications of today with all of the children in kindergarten all across the country having bunny cakes read to them, it's pretty exciting. But also what's really special about today for us is that so many of our central office staff and our wonderful volunteers have taken time off from their very busy schedules to be with our children today, to go across our beautiful city and read to children. It sends such a powerful message about literacy and about the importance of reading and sharing the joy of reading with our children. So thank you so much for being here. Now I would like to introduce the principal of this beautiful school. He's going to welcome you this morning, Mr. Guillaume, Gendre.
Good morning. Welcome to Naylor. And Dr. Cole just stole my line because we often hear about the joy of cooking. And I want to introduce the concept of the joy of reading. So we have a fabulous event. I want to thank our partner United Way. Thank you all the dignitaries that are here today. Welcome Superintendent Narvaez, and welcome to Naylor for this wonderful event. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I also have to say that as I was walking in, I noticed, and I'm sure you did too, the beautiful chrysanthemums that are all planted in the front of the building. And Mr. Gendre shared with me that the children in 3rd grade, as part of their gardening club, planted those. So they really look spectacular. And once again, it shows that commitment to their school and their community. It's wonderful. And now I have the great pleasure of introducing our fabulous superintendent, Dr. Beth Shavino Narvaez.
Thank you. Good morning. I love how everyone's talking about the joy of reading. Like, isn't it so wonderful to talk about education being joyful? So thank you for being here, for taking time to be with our children, and for helping us to make reading and education a joyful experience for our children. It's so great to see so many friends and supporters in the audience. So thank you for being here today, and thank you for hosting us. The student that escorted me up here today told me he wants to be an art teacher. So hopefully we'll have him back here when he finishes school, and we'll hire him as a teacher in our system. But just lovely students and a beautiful school, so thank you for your leadership and for letting us kick off the event here. I also have the privilege of introducing and thanking 2 of our great partners. So I have some great facts and information about our partners here. So let me tell you a little bit about Susan Dunn and attorney Jeffrey Dressler. Susan has just been so good to me upon my arrival, and we're so grateful for our partnership with the United Way. So Susan is the president and CEO of the United Way. Under her leadership, there has emerged a collaborative partnership between the United Way and the Hartford Public Schools. That's an understatement. I mean, a very, very strong collaborative partnership. Through the work of the United Way, the community has been mobilized to become actively involved in supporting Hartford students and families. We couldn't ask for anything better than that. You really do help us mobilize the community and rally around our children and families. The United Way is at the forefront of making sure that the community is supporting the goals and the vision of the Hartford Public Schools. They accomplish this endeavor through active involvement in the success of our community schools. Volunteers take part in tutoring students during school and in after-school programming to enrich academic and social learning opportunities, and can be counted on to support district events such as our August Literacy Kickoff at the Hartford Public Library. I was there too. My little girl came to read with our group of children as well. Today's Jumpstart event and Read Across America in March. Back to school supplies, backpacks, books, tutoring, and providing an opportunity to read to our students are some of the many ways that the United Way has partnered with HPS to ensure that every student thrives. Susan, we are so grateful. And next, Attorney Jeffrey Dressler. See, we're maintaining the joy in the event today. Attorney Dressler created the Mega Education Program in 1990 as a motivational program for inner city school children. The results were so well received and positively outstanding that Attorney Dressler expanded the program to provide a conduit for creative, socially responsible corporate sponsorship of scholastic incentives as a manner in which to motivate and celebrate our youth. Jeffrey is a passionate supporter of HPS and believes in every student reaching their maximum potential. Jeffrey ensures he does his part to support our schools by providing many incentives to students and families in effort to make learning a high priority. Jeffrey has worked very closely with the Office of Early Literacy, along with his associate Sammy Vega, to contribute to our district events by assisting in planning and attending, as well as by his generosity and willingness to donate trophies, gift certificates, and tablets, Bushnell tickets, student-centered videos, and promotional television commercials, whatever the need, in support of the third grade promise and student success. Jeffrey is a native of Hartford and a product of the Hartford Public Schools. I didn't know that about you. He is a natural-born comedian at heart, if you couldn't tell, and truly enjoys interacting with both students and families. He's a committed partner of the Hartford Public Schools and has demonstrated his ongoing support throughout the years in all of our schools. Thank you so much, and thank you for being here today. We are so lucky to have these incredible partners here today, and we're so grateful that you're here too, to again share the importance of reading with our children. It's one of my favorite things to do, and whenever I see children, I talk about the importance of reading every day, reading before you go to bed at night. It just unlocks a world of opportunities for our children and just is at the heart of all we do in teaching and learning. So again, thank you for being here. Enjoy the day.
Thank you, Dr. Narvaez. Now I'd like to ask Susan Dunn, President and CEO of the United Way, to come on up and say a few words.
Thank you, Dee Cole, and thank you. This is the first time I've been to Naylor, so thank you, Principal John. It's great to be here. Dr. Narvaez, thank you so much. You're off to a great start. And Attorney Dressler, it's fun. We've done this before, haven't we? And we hope we continue to do it. I see some familiar faces here. This is great. Today we have 67 volunteers from 18 companies who are out giving their time, which is just so amazing. Yes? Well, at this time of year, you really can't avoid all the political ads, can you? Are you sick of them? But pretty soon it'll be time for us to vote, and that's important, and I hope everybody here exercises their right to vote. But I sort of look at what you're doing today is voting, and maybe even more important than your vote in November, may I say, because you're actively getting involved in your community and doing something. You know, when we vote, it's to do something. It's to get something good done for our community. Well, you're actually getting something done good for your community today, just by this one-day reading effort. And it's really part of United Way's focus on third grade reading, because we know, right, how important third grade reading is. If you can't read at third grade, we can kind of forget the rest. Because as you've all heard, you learn to read until third grade and you read to learn after that. So it's really a milestone, and United Way is focused, and we're focusing our volunteer efforts on that. So if you enjoyed today, you can also become a United Way reader and come once a week for an hour to a Hartford Public School, to a New Britain Public School, to an Enfield Public School, and really develop a relationship with a child. So just keep that in mind. If you like today, There are other opportunities. So thank you today for voting with your time, for voting with your feet, for voting with your mind, and for voting with your heart to be here today to help. And one last thing, I just want to read the list of the 18 companies that are participating today, because I think it's important that we give them recognition. Aetna, American Eagle Federal Credit Union, Bank of America, CHC of New England, Connecticut Natural Gas, Conning & Company, CRT, Hartford Hospital, Microsoft, Optum, Rock Hats, United Illuminating Company, United Healthcare, UPS Capital, Value Options, Voya Financial, and RC Knox. Thank you.
I keep the hat on as long as I can, then it starts itching. Third grade promise. It's a bit of an anomaly. It's certainly not the end. The beginning starts in the home, when we close the vocabulary gap between inner city kids and their suburban counterparts. And then we inspire, we motivate our children to take those 26 characters that form words and how to befriend them, how to contemplate them, how to seek them out, and how they utilize and combine them will change their lives and ours. This promise we will keep when we create a voracious appetite for reading. This is when we can say that we kept our promise. Now, I have the easy job. I'm the cheerleader for Hartford Public Schools. Our superintendent and headquarters create the curriculum, our teachers implement it, and what I do is I celebrate the achievement of the milestones. I celebrate learning and make education fun. I know that we have the third grade writing competition, citywide writing competition, and I know that when we've done this, the third grade reading scores have improved in the last couple of years. I'm not going to take the credit for that. It was the children's, how we inspire them. So for this competition, reading assignments are made, and then now how we incorporate these words and how we express those ideas. I shouldn't say you're going to be amazed. You would be fabulously impressed on the degree and level of third grade essayists. And two selections are taken for each school. Meg Education is going to underwrite this. We're going to award computer tablets to each entry across the city. We have the gold medals, and we have the trophies, and then the district's going to feed 500 people, and we're going to celebrate learning. And this is what we do. We celebrate learning. Your presence here today speaks volumes of your commitment. I grew up in the north end of Hartford. My parents didn't graduate high school. I spent third grade in that building that's right alongside the Artists Collective. It was connected by a tunnel to the big building that went the entire side of the block. Out of that school were produced orthopedic surgeons, lawyers, neurosurgeons, CPAs from the neighborhood schools, which were then classified as some of the best in the country. And this is not rhetoric. I believe that with our leadership and with our commitment, we can achieve that once again. I know that. And I've dedicated my life to achieving this. Now, I have fun. Men, as you know, never grow up. We just learn how to behave in public. Right? But have fun today. Come back. And we should be asking, how can we help at all times? Because this is our future. Our children will be the principals, the superintendents. They will be running the institutions. So we have to look at our children as the future Messiah, as an orthopedic, of the people that we will need to run our society. So go, have fun, and I look forward to meeting you and working with you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeff, for those great and passionate words. And now it is just about time for the fun to begin. But before I let you go, and before I introduce Patrick, who's going to do the logistics of this wonderful event, I do have to share with you that this was my elementary school. And I spent third grade right here at Dr. James H. Naylor School. So I wanted to share that. It's a very special place for me. All right, so bunny cakes you have in your packet, along with your activities that you're going to share with the classroom.